Okay guys, this is Tuesday the 28th. So we're gonna start with a reverse shrug roll. On the reverse shrug roll, feet are gonna be shoulder width apart. We're gonna have a slight tilt forward, but not a relaxed shoulder or relaxed back. So as I start, I'm rolling as far forward as possible, bringing them up as high into the ears as possible, and all the way back down. So I'm getting as much of a stretch, dynamic stretch, as I am a workout. We're using low weights, so that's not going to inhibit any internal rotators for the shoulder by doing that reverse roll. Next one's going to be concentrated hammer curl. So what I see the most is inaccuracy of swinging and just using my elbow against my leg to counter my leg moving forward or back, and to counter that shoulder swinging. We're going to have our elbow on top of our knee, our hand in front of our knee, creating a crook in the wrist. I have that elbow just below that wrist. As I extend down, I have a pre-stretch position in my elbow. When I come up, I'm just bringing the bell all the way up to my shoulder and then easing it back down. It alleviates a lot of cheek, and there is no real major swing. You still can get a little bit of the shoulder roll, but other than that, that's about it. Tricep extension supinated position. So that means palms forward. I extend out here. And as I'm doing it, I want to make sure that, I think I might have on that first rep going a little too far, but I do want to make sure that my arm is a little bit less than 90 when I extend up, or excuse me, when it comes back down again. Now, by doing a supinated, you've got one origin point and three insertions when it comes to the tricep. So basically, it hits in three areas. It's one of the reasons why it creates this U shape. So depending on how you manipulate your grip and your angle will depend on which head you're working. So if we're doing a neutral position as we extend up, we're going to get a little bit more inner head. And as we rotate our hand, you will feel, and you can just simply feel that change in that tricep of which one's being activated. And so that's why we're doing a supinated today. So next one's going to be hip thrusters. Now, when I had the gym and it was open and people were coming, I had to nix the hip thrusters because of all the comedic report that I got as I was doing it. Now it's on video, so you can't, there's no hecklers. Oh, except for the comments. I guess I'm gonna get comments. Okay, so hip thrusters. If you want to add a little bit more weight, add a little bit more weight right on your hip. When you come up, your goal is to try to have the pelvis up, contracting the glutes at the same time, and tucking and tightening in the pelvis. So as I come down, my glutes slightly release. When I come up, they're contracted again, and I'm contracting on my own, not just letting the movement do it for me. But that is your basic hip thruster. When you're setting up on something, it needs to be something fairly solid. Although you can do it on a physio ball, you're going to get a little bit more imbalance, so you may have to spread your feet out a little bit more for that one if you're using it on a physio ball. Next is going to be leg lifts with wipers. So that means I come up, off to the side, and then back. Okay, and that's considered one rep. So all the way up. Goal is to try to get the legs close to the arms, and of course not having the arms down here, having the arms up where they're basically perpendicular from my midline to counter. As the legs go out this way, I'm pressing to ensure that my shoulders don't really come up too high. And then our Metcon is just going to be straight squats in between. Thanks.